Okay guys, I am back. I went ahead and cut all the, let's see, I'll show you the tabs on the piece of paper again. All these here that are shaded gray, it says remove the shaded tabs from both sides. So I went ahead and did that. As you can see, there's one here, and 1, 2, 3 there. Shaved them off, got them kind of close. There was also an extra one up here. I just broke that off earlier. Same on this side. And then I popped these pieces into the front part there, and they kind of snap on the back too. So now this is one unit, and this will go in there. I think, okay, from what I can see here, it's a little bit long. So like I said, it's kind of universal kind of fit. So as you can see here, these pieces are too long. Let's see at the bottom. Let me make sure they want it. Okay, that's what I thought. I was just making sure that it does sit in there that way. It's offset from the middle. So I'm going to have to carefully, I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna put it where it needs to be, and I'm gonna mark where I need to cut and add holes so it sits right. I'll probably cut this one first, that way I can push it back and measure the bottom ones here too. Just enough to get it down into there. As you can see, it'll be something like that, but it has to, I can't get it in there to get correct measurements. And then there's a nipple right here. So instead of just breaking this nipple off, because it's there for a reason, I'll also drill, once I get it set up where it needs to be, come on, cooperate. I'll drill a hole on this side to help stabilize it. So I'm going to do that step, and then I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so I have adjusted these tabs on here. This one was, let's see if I can get it. Okay, this one was probably out to here, just as long as the other side. So I had to cut that down and make another groove for the screw to go in. This side and all the rest of them fit just fine with only adjusting that side. But there is that little plastic nipple right here for helping with the alignment. So I drilled a hole right there, and let's see if I can, I moved the shifter back up, so I'll move that back just for making it easier there. Put that in a lower gear. Make sure your e-brake's on so the car doesn't go anywhere. And we will see if I can get these. Sorry about that, bear with me. Hard to do with one hand. Okay, so we got the nipple there for alignment. This side here lines up with the hole. The bottom down here, you see right there, lines up, and there lines up. Now I did notice that the kit makes it sit just, so you see here it's kind of lined up. This side it's kind of over a little. So I want to kind of test fit. Oh, I missed one down there. It's okay, I'm just test fitting right now anyways, but I want to, let me get one screw in here just so it holds it. I'm going to do this side. Tighten that in a little bit. Okay, hold on. Okay. You know what, I'm going to do the other side too, just so it doesn't pop out like that again. Sorry about moving the camera so much, guys. I don't have my head unit yet, so I gotta make it work. Okay, we'll screw that. Yeah, we'll screw this one in a little bit so it doesn't move. Okay, I won't screw the bottom ones in, but I want to test and make sure that, let's put these back a little bit here. Make sure that these actually, what's in the way? Anything? No. Make sure that they that it sits right, and I'll be able to get to all the buttons and stuff. So push that in there. Okay, so you see this still goes in there behind. It moves flush with that. It sits right here in this. So add this little area, and this is how much it actually hangs over here. Not very much at all. So tip of my finger to right there. So it's not much at all. I just wanted to make sure it lines up and it'll look good for the finished product. I'm gonna pull this back out and actually set this in here so I can see the actual finished. You see that, the little bezel here, it's a finishing bezel. Okay, we'll sit that back in there. That's where it's gonna sit. Now you see it actually is just barely, just a little bit comes out here. So this side has a little extra because it's offset, but it is right where it needs to be. It will work like that. It's closer on this side, but that's okay. So now we know everything's gonna fit. Now I'm gonna pull this back off and I'm going to start fitting. Pull that out, pull this out. Yeah, put that back up there. Now it's time to fit this housing for the CD player. We'll attach to these side pieces here, and then I'll show it to you again when we're closer to the finished product, and we'll get this install done. All right. So I have I noticed that it was that this hole here was just a little too small, so this piece was bowing on the little nipple, so I drilled out that hole a little bigger, and now I have started the process of setting it up so it can accept this CD player in here. So I take the metal sleeve, it was just around this CD player here, it's what's going to hold it in there, pulled it off, slide it into this hole here, and it just has a little lip on here that holds onto the inside of this plastic. This is the piece that's actually going to hold the CD player in there and secure it snug. You ask, if you were asking how it sits in there, if this is your first time or not. So you slide it in, all the way in, as far as it'll go, both sides, so it's nice and snug in there. And now what you're going to do is you're going to secure it. You have these cutouts here, and they are to keep this piece now from sliding back out. So what we're going to do is, let's see if I can do it with one hand. We're going to take this, and we're going to get to the closest cutout here, and I'm going to bend it up. Not too much, just a little bit. You see, so the plastic can't slide back like that. So we don't want to distort it too much here. So yeah, it still looks good on this side. You see now, if I try to push it back out, it's pushed up against this plastic piece here, so it won't let it slide back out. I'm going to do this one here too. Let me see if I can get a bigger screwdriver. It'll work easier. So we just bend it up a little bit. You don't want to go too far, like I said, because you don't want to interfere with anything. But now you can see how far up that one's bent. And we'll do it, well, this one here. This is the closest one again. So we'll bend that one up. And that'll push up against this plastic here if you try to take it down. Now, the bottom is a little tricky because we have this covering the bottom. So, you can see there's a gap in there, but we're not going to be able to get to that. So we'll have to push them down from the inside. We'll see the plastic stops about halfway up here. So we're going to use this one. We'll push that down. Boom. One tab down. Let's see. This one. Push that tab down. And we'll see if we can push this one down a little bit. This one's kind of halfway up the plastic. Oh yeah, we got that one. Let's see if we can do this one. There we go. Now, we have this metal piece secured. 6 screws, 4 to secure the metal piece to the plastic sides, and 2 shorter ones with flat ends to secure the side pieces to this main piece here. So, I don't think I'm going to need 4 screws. I think 2 will do plenty. We're going to put one here. But from the inside out, wait a minute, let me see here. No. No, no, no. We're not going to use these screws. Okay, so the kit comes with 6 screws. We're only going to use 2 for this application. There's 4 screws that are this size here with a rounded end. And then there's 2 shorter ones with a flat end here. Secure the sides to the main piece. So we use these 2. And we don't use anything else. I'm going to try to bend this one just... Sorry. Okay, I had to turn the video off real quick. It was just a little easier to do it with both of my hands. So, if you can see, I bent these up here just a little bit more to be snug up against the plastic. And I bent these up a little further too. And now, the metal is nice and secure in there. It doesn't matter how much pressure I'm putting on there. It just moves together. So this here is almost ready to be installed. Now you think, okay, well, yeah, that's secured to this plastic piece, but how do you secure it to this piece? And I'll tell you how in a second. It's got all these little cutouts on the side here. Can you see all those? Yeah, all of those. They have built-in tabs right here, 2 tabs. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull these out just a little bit like that. See that? I pulled it out probably about 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to do it on this side too. 3/4 of an inch like that. So they have pressure. Not too much, just like that. So now you see both sides here are kind of bowed in. So now when you slide this, I'm not going to do it now because I don't want it to get stuck. You slide this CD player in there. Those tabs will line up with these 2 holes here. This one, actually 4 holes. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Sorry if I wasn't showing you that. It'll line up with this one, this one, this one, and this one. And this tab here, 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 and here, those 4 tabs will line up in there, and the pressure from the metal, it'll lock into there, and it'll keep it from sliding around. Now, if you ever have to get it back out, they do supply you with... They have a kit here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it through the plastic. There's just like 2 metal keys in there, and you just slide them down in there, and it releases. It just slides down in between the CD player and that, and then it releases that clip and lets you pull it out, which we are not going to do right now because we don't need to. So, it's a good thing to keep these around in case you need them. And the next thing is hooking up all the wires to where they need to go. So I'm going to go ahead and look at these universal kits that we have back here, and the one that came with the CD player, match up the stereo, the speakers to the speakers, and the other wires to where they need to go, and then I will show you that finished product. Alright.